Hi, I hope you are having an amazing day. So in this video, we're going to talk about the Bing Chat for the developers. So first of all, we have to know that what is the Bing Chat. So the Bing Chat is actually the AI bot introduced by the Microsoft. So how can it help the developers? It can help the developer in the multiple different ways. Alright, so to use the Bing Chat, you need to install the Microsoft Edge. Okay, so I have already installed the Microsoft Edge, so we will actually search out something here. So for example, I want to perform an addition in the JavaScript. So let's just see. It would give us the Bing Chat prompt along with the search results. Okay, as you can see here. So let me just give it a full size. Okay, so this is actually the Bing Chat prompt here. So it is actually giving us the response. Okay, so this is a response by the Bing Chat here, as you can see. And we can also use it on a full screen. So we have to go into the chat and then we are into the full screen of the Bing Chat. Such as you can ask the questions about the programming or the computer science or anything related to the technology. So such as how do I perform the subtraction in the JavaScript? Okay, so we have the response on our query. Okay, so you can see this is how we can do the subtraction in the JavaScript, and we can also write down the theoretical questions related about the computer science or the programming. So such as I want to know about the greedy algorithm. So what is greedy algorithm? Okay, and now it would give us the response accordingly about the greedy algorithm. Here we go. Alright, so we have the question in the suggestion that what are the some examples of the problems that can be solved by the greedy algorithm. So let's just hit the click on this and we would have our response about that. Alright, so this is it. So this is how you can ask the questions about the computer science or programming related to the Bing Chat. Second thing is that you can use it to write the code. We're gonna give it a try as well. Alright, so now we will actually use it to write down some code here. So I would start with a simple HTML here. Write down HTML form for login page with Tailwind CSS. Okay. Alright, so when I was exploring the Bing Chat, I have observed one thing here that it was actually struggling with the long format of the code. So whenever there was a longer code to write down or to generate, in the end it was giving the error that you can see here right now. Okay, sometimes it does give us the error for writing down the code and sometimes it doesn't. So I think it is still struggling with writing the code. So but if I do something with the JavaScript or the API, so let me just write down API for login in Node.js with password encryption. So let's just see, is it able to perform this or not? All right, so it was able to perform the code. Okay. All right, so we are having the error again. So let me just actually copy the question and refresh this page. So we might have a better answer now. So let's just go into the chat again. All right, so let me just ask the API question again. So let's just see, is it able to perform this this time or not? Alright, so this time the Bing Chat given us a perfect response for our API, but sometimes it struggles to write down the code. So this is it for writing down the code in the Bing Chat, but I haven't seen this problem with the ChatGPT and the Bard that I have already reviewed. So that is the problem that I have seen in the Bing Chat right now, that it does really struggle to write down the code sometimes. And the third thing, that it can actually explain the code whatever you put inside the prompt of it. So for example, Now I want to explain this code, so let's just see is it able to do this as well or not. So explain this code. Alright, so it is actually explaining the code pretty well, so there is no problem while explaining the code. So let's just have another function here. Okay, so I want to explain this again, so let's just see. Explain this code. Alright, so it is having no issues while explaining the code. And the fourth thing is that it can improve your existing code just by providing that particular code in the prompt. Alright, so now we will actually use it to improve the code. Okay, so for improving the code, I would go back to the login API here, and let's just copy this, wrap this inside the double quotation, and write down improve this code. Alright, so it has given us the suggestion about improving this code, but it actually haven't given any code for that. So let's just ask it again. Write down the improved code based on your suggestions. Alright, so it has improved the code pretty well. It has generated all the improved code based on the suggestion that was given by the Bing chat earlier. As you can see the suggestions here. Okay, and the fifth thing, that it can convert the code from one language to another. So now we're gonna talk about to convert the code into another language. So let's just take the example of this code. Okay, so let me just copy this, wrap this inside the double quotation, and convert this API into Django API. Okay, so let's just see how it is responding on this. Alright, so it actually converted our Node.js API into the Django API. Okay, so this is how you can use it to convert the code. Okay, so let me just ask to convert this into the Java API, Spring API. So convert into Spring API. Alright, so it has given us a sort of suggestion, but not the code, but I think it's okay. We can get the code if we write down a proper query, and we can also use it to create the dummy data. We would see how does it work. Alright, so now let's just move on to generate the dummy data here. So generate the data for 10 users with name, email, number, Insta account, and address. So I had to define the format as well, but let's just see how does it working. Okay, so let me just copy this again because I haven't given the proper query here. JSON format, not code. All right, so still no data. Okay, so let me just write this again. Give me the data for 10 users. Okay, so let's just try this again for the last time, and let's just see is it good for generating the dummy data or not. Okay, let's just try this out for the last time again. Alright, so I don't know why this is not actually generating the dummy data for us. So from our experience, we can't actually use the Bing chat to generate the dummy data for now. And the seventh one is that you can ask the suggestions related about your code, what code you should write for the particular function and what you should not. So let's just try out to ask the suggestion for the code. So let's have a situation where we have 1 million products data in database, and what would be the fastest algorithm for searching the particular product. So let's just see that is it able to give us a suggestion about the code or not. Alright, so it is actually good with the suggestions, and in the last we will actually use it to find and fix a bug, and then we will see that it was able to fix a bug or not. Okay, able to find and fix that particular bug or not. So let's just have a simple code. Write down calculator in JavaScript. So let's just have a simple example. Alright, so it has given us the code for the simple calculator in the JavaScript with the HTML. So let's just copy this code, okay, and wrap this inside the double quotation, and I would do a mistake here. So let's just remove this. Okay, so I would actually remove these parentheses from here, and I would also delete this as well. So let's just see, is it able to find the bug or not. Find and fix the bug. Alright, so it was able to find and fix the bug. Okay, so this is how we can use the Bing chat to help us out in the development process. But from my personal experience, it wasn't able to give a proper answer when we had to generate some code, and it was not good with generating dummy data as well. So this is it, and this was the review for using the Bing chat, and I hope it would definitely improve in the future for the better.